some girl chat.
Absolutely.
Right, let's do this.
Here we go. First up, according to Reddit.com, some people believe that you don't necessarily have to share every detail of your life with your significant other. When they ask readers to admit to something they've been keeping from their partner, here's some examples of what they said. I have a separate bank account filled with money.
Oh.
Well. I have a gambling addiction.
Come on.
And I have been stalking my ex on social media.
Yo, it happens. This is so... Oh, my gosh.
So, girls, is it okay to keep any secret from your man?
I'm going to be honest.
See, this is hard.
I say no.
Yes.
For, like, the real things. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Those are, like, major things. Like, you have a gambling problem. I should know about these things. You have...
Yes.
And then that's sneaky and whack. Like, the whole I have an entire other bank account filled with... That's whack. Stalking your ex on social media. I'm sorry if I found out my man was doing... That's whack.
You think Israel knows every single thing that you're trolling on the internet?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm too honest for my own good.
Me
I
too.
tell him everything.
I
tell him everything.
I tell him myself. I don't want
Me
to,
too.
but I tell him myself.
I just do.
You know, it just comes out.
Yeah, me too.
I know, but see...
What does that mean, Tam?
It means my ex texted me today. I didn't answer back. So those are the kind of things I
do that
say.
exact same thing. I literally will tell him.
Y'all live some boring lives.
No.
Okay? Seriously.
No, let me tell you.
How is that boring, Lonnie?
Let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
Can I ask a question? Would you tell your man all the other people that you've been with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's everything. That's
But
a
no,
lot.
there are some things that I keep to myself. There are some things that only me and the Lord knows. That's it.
I agree with you. I don't need to tell Freddie everything because, first of all, my man's not nosy. He's not asking. He doesn't want to ask about all the exes I've been with because he doesn't want to know and he doesn't want to picture it. So he is mature enough to keep his mind out of it. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That's
See,
real
but
man.
I think
For
it's
real.
not so much about him. It's the idea of if I ever had my man walk into a place and there was somebody else there that I knew I had been with, I never want no other man to have a one-up on my man.
I heard
Yo,
that.
but wait a minute.
You know something and you don't. It's like if I went somewhere and Iz has been with somebody, I want to know. I want to walk into that room and look at that other woman and be like, "Yes, sweetie, I know.
I don't care.
He told me. He told me.
But if there's nothing
care about that.
there, if there's
I
nothing
don't
there,
care.
Exactly.
It's not about me. It's that girl thinking she knows something
no.
that I didn't know.
She ain't thinking
I
about
know.
that.
she ain't thinking about that. And for me, if I
The
walk in
point
the room,
is, you got the ring right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Hey,
that's all you
but
gotta do.
trust me, you've never been in a room where you know you've been with somebody else and you clearly know that their significant other has no clue and she's walking around blissful, don't know nothing about going on.
Oh, I
No,
care
you're never
about
gonna
that.
make me out to be the stupid
No,
one.
what I care about is this.
not
I care about how many kids you got. If you got
Yes.
kids, I don't know about.
Yeah, but some of
I
that
need to know
seems
that.
like so obvious that you should tell the person you're with.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Who
like I
doesn't
feel
tell
like
somebody that?
your sex
I
life.
would feel weird if I didn't.
I feel like your sex life prior to being with somebody is your personal business. Okay?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what I feel.
I don't think it should be held against you in any way. I don't care what you did before me.
But
Exactly.
I'm
But
a curious individual, so I just asked.
you
And
really want to know every single thing that Adam
I
did
want to
in his
know
past?
not every single one of them, but I want to know who was special to him.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I
Why?
think it's every single one.
I'm just honestly,
Why?
I cannot explain why. Maybe it's just the girl in me, because sometimes we're nosy. Or just curious,
know.
and it just made me feel better. So if I see her in public, I'm like, I know who you are.
Yes, I want to know. But I want to know everybody.
Me too.
I want to know everybody.
Mine's not that deep.
So he got to show a picture too.
Do I?
Yes, I want to see a picture.
Have you had him scroll?
You want
on
to know
Facebook?
what's? You want
Have
to
you
know?
had him scroll on Facebook to show you his past
No.
on Instagram?
Oh God, I'm telling on myself.
Go tell it. Go
I have
tell it.
actually scrolled through Adam's old albums, and I would say, "Who's that? Who are you with? Who? Oh, she's pretty." And then he would tell me the truth. My husband, I mean, he's not hiding anything, and that's
Right.
what makes me. That's what makes me feel really
Yeah,
good.
I feel like you only keep something to yourself if it matters.
Yeah.
Like if that person doesn't matter, why would you feel weird sharing it?
I agree with that actually, because I only share things with Freddie if it matters. But to be honest, today is today. We got married, and from that day, we move on together. So nothing matters except that day we got
I
married.
agree.
Yes,
I
but
agree.
it's helped me learn who he is, why he is the way he is. Now, knowing that he had a relationship with this other woman and what they went through, am I ever in a conversation gonna hold that against him?
No.
Absolutely not. But it helps me learn who he is, and it makes me feel closer to him.
I
and
think
I
you
feel
just
great.
being nosy.
That's
That's
nice.
all it is.
That too.
That's his business.
But then
I'm
why do
honest-
I want to share all my
Because
stuff?
there's certain parts of a woman that will ask, which I love, that fine line of things to know who he is. But there's other parts of a woman, you gotta be careful. Ladies, I'm really reaching out for you
Let
to be
'em
honest.
know, Jeannie.
There's parts of you where you're gonna ask things just for your nosy side to know things that are gonna keep you asleep
go get
with
your
your eye
feelings
open
hurt.
like this. You're gonna have your eye open in your feelings like this, and that's gonna be a dangerous area.
Yeah, but if we're gonna be honest, if you keep your eye open like that, maybe that actually might help you work out whatever's inside of it.
No,
that's
I wanna
keeping
get
you
my
like
beauty
this.
sleep and move on in my future.
Exactly.
But it might be something deeper in there. Like, why? Like, okay, let's say there is something in a past relationship that does bother you. You actually have to search yourself and be like, why does this bother me if he is with me in my future? Why should that one little thing bother you?
Yes, but are you really taking the time to dig that within yourself? Are you sitting there thinking, who is that heifer that he had a really good time with?
Okay.
No.
This
You know what I
is
mean?
very, very.
It's true. Some
no,
women-
this is very, very insightful because honestly, I'm just nosy. It really doesn't.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't think it's
That's
a
all
little
I'm
bit
saying.
sexy knowing?
I don't think it's
Hearing
sexy.
cool
Honestly,
stories?
I wanted to know who Adam was attracted to before me. I wanted
Nosy.
to know.
Nosy.
Nosy. I just wanted to know if I was his type,
Yeah.
and I learned that Adam really doesn't have a type.
Exactly. And the whole point is he with you now. That's all that matters. Why you gonna sit here and torture yourself if you if he was with Halle Berry, then you'd be like, oh my God.
But
who we
real.
go?
But
Who we
real
go?
wasn't with Halle Berry. So it also feels
Yes,
wrong.
that's real. And by the way, the person I'm describing, honestly,
But when you realize you're the flyest, then you be like, yes!
no. But see, that's the thing. That's petty. Okay, I'm like you guys. I asked Freddie. I asked him who he slept with before. I wanted to know who was the best. I wanted to know.
Yes, and
all-
when you're the best, again, you feel like you're the bomb.
Right, right. But
Okay,
Freddie doesn't ask me anything. He doesn't ask
'Cause he don't
anything.
care, 'cause he a man.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys
And-
are different.
guys.
Guys are different.
That's
Yeah,
the
guys
difference.
are different.
And you give it to someone, you give it to the person you love differently depending on your feelings with them. So you know, as married women and whoever it is that you're dating at the time,
Three.
three out of those
Whoever
three,
they are, plural.
you know, okay? Yes, my girl, 3 hand goes for that. You know that person that you're connected to in that moment, you're giving it to them the best. You know how and what you're feeling because that is what you have in the moment, and that cannot be compared to anybody in their past.
You know what, really? That's all we're saying. I'm like, at the end of the day, I understand you may want to know. That's your business. But I just feel like I know your husbands. And there's nobody that can compare to you ladies, really.
I know that too, though.
Thank you.
You ain't gotta
I know.
So,
I know
you
that.
know what? Let's talk about something different. Here's something
Okay.
couples moving in together should discuss. Are we ready to live together?
Oh.
And how are we going to split and handle the cost of this new living arrangement? Now, according to themic.com, close to 30% of couples break up after living together for 3 years, and 14% never make it past the first year of living together. Now, some things you may want to consider before moving in is, how will you split the rent?
Right.
Who pays for the groceries? And what do we do with the apartment and things that we brought together if we split
Yes,
up?
right.
That is true.
Now, I want to say something because I'm a numbers person. They say 30%
Yes.
don't make it after, 3 years,
Yes.
but that means 70% make it. That's
Right.
a big difference.
Right,
That
let's
is.
not focus on the negative.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's all I always want to get you like. But ladies, do you think couples should wait? How long do you think couples should wait before moving in together? And should financial rules be laid out before moving in with your man? Y'all the experts. I'm going to let y'all talk this.
Okay. No,
Hey.
yo, I'm gonna take a back seat with you, Lonnie, because I want to know what you ladies think. Because when I was dating Freddie, we didn't move in together.
Neither did I with Adam.
dang.
We didn't.
Well,
move in.
Well, here's the
Okay.
thing. I don't know where you are, but I regret that because when we moved in together, yo, there was a lot of things you men do that I wasn't ready
That
for.
is-
You had never lived with a man before?
I have, but it's not about another man. I haven't lived with Freddie before. So I was trying to be the good girl. I was trying to keep my kitty in its like little pocket and I was trying to be the good. And I just didn't, I didn't get married. I didn't want to get tempted. So we didn't.
What you mean? Get the kitty in the pocket.
Her kitty cat.
We didn't.
Her kitty cat.
My
I know
kitty
it's
cat.
Gigi.
I
But
kept-
why were you keeping your kitty in the pocket with your husband at home?
No, she
okay,
wanted to
I
be
kept my
celibate
kitty to
before.
myself. Yes, I was celibate before we got
prior.
married.
Got it, got
but
it.
if you live together and you go to bed,
It's very
it's
easy
hard.
to-
It's hard. Okay, I'm gonna be real.
Be real.
Yeah, it was real hard because boys do things that I wasn't used to.
Yeah, it is.
and so it's
It
different.
is challenging, but I wouldn't regret my decision.
So I
honestly.
regret it. I want to know. Today I would tell a couple.
What
I
were
would
y'all
say,
doing?
I would say live together
But first, I want to know, why do you regret it?
because people are different when you live together. When you live together, and how that man is when he lets it all out. How I am when I let it all out. You know what I'm saying? you
so
just get
He had
comfortable.
not seen all those things?
Not when you live
Did
together.
you just flip up your bag?
I did. Because, girl, women, you take out your pasties, you take out your bra,
Okay,
and you
so I'm
just
not trying to
let
find-
it all out.
He had not seen
So I wanted
all
to
of
know-
that before?
Like, did you guys ever have sleepovers? Like, be honest, Jeannie.
We had sleepovers, but it's not like living together. I don't care
Yes.
what you say. You can sleep over with each other, you can Netflix and chill, but it's nothing like living with a person.
So I have to ask you,
Okay.
since we're being really real,
Okay.
Yeah.
what was he doing? That was so...
It's not just him, it was me
Okay,
too.
what
I
were
didn't
you
use
doing?
Honestly, it's getting used to the rhythm of living with someone
Yes.
else. And sometimes the rhythm is not what you expected.
What?
I know
Let
for
me know.
Yeah, what
Not
what is this
sexually.
rhythm?
I'm not
Oh.
talking about that, Lonnie. Sorry to bore you. No, I'm just saying I feel like when you get married that first year, you're kind of figuring each other out.
Yes.
For me, honestly, this was the biggest thing. Like, I loved sleeping by myself. I had
Oh my
my
God,
big bed.
thank you.
know what I'm talking about?
Yes, girl, when you let
I
your
had my
legs
pillow,
just go.
And not only that, our times of getting up was different. I didn't have a regular job when we first got married, so I used to sleep in a
Yes.
lot. And he would get up like at 5 a.m. and I'd be like, dang it, now I'm up. You know
Yes,
what I
yes,
mean?
this is
Just
true.
little things like that
Yes.
would bug me. It doesn't matter, honestly, how long y'all been together or how long y'all been living together.
Right.
Once you get married, that's when you truly know who that person is. That's what I believe.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's like something happens and everything comes out. And here's another thing. Statistically, you guys, I read up on this.
Okay.
Statistically, it's so weird. It's interesting, and I tried to figure it out. They say, hear me out. They say that people who live together before they get married actually have a higher divorce rate. However, people that live together that's been engaged are the same. Isn't that interesting? I feel like, because maybe they've been living together for a while, and then when they do get married, they're like, forget this. I lived with him before. I don't want to go through that.
Right.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
right.
Whereas people who are engaged, been living together, or people who have waited, they're like, you know what? I invested in this, and I'm going to try my hardest to make this work.
Yeah.
And that's what I've realized. That's what I figured out.
Wow.